Sometimes a game doesn't need to revolutionize gaming. Sometimes it doesn't need endless content, groundbreaking mechanics, or 100 hours of side quests. Sometimes a game just needs to be cool. And that's exactly how I felt about Doom: The Dark Ages. When I think back on my time with the game, I don't immediately think about statistics, weapon balance, or technical analysis. I think about giant castles, massive battles, ancient kingdoms, monsters the size of buildings, and some genuinely epic moments that made me stop and think, okay, wow, that was awesome. One of my favorite things about the Dark Ages is its setting. So many games lean heavily into futuristic cities, modern military settings, or generic fantasy worlds. Doom: The Dark Ages feels different. The game takes you through massive fortresses, ancient ruins, dark forests, and towering medieval structures that look like they've existed for centuries. Every area has its own identity. Every location feels memorable. There were multiple times where I found myself just needing to slow down and take a look around. Not because I had to, because I wanted to. The world is simply fun to explore. What really makes the setting work is the contrast. On one side you have castles, armor, ancient kingdoms, and medieval architecture. On the other hand, you have advanced technology, giant machines, futuristic weapons, and creatures that look like they belong in a science fiction nightmare. Normally, those ideas shouldn't fit together, but somehow they do. The result is a world that feels unique. A world where ancient stone fortresses stand beside impossible technology. A world where old legends and futuristic warfare exist at the same time. It's one of the coolest visual identities I've seen in a game recently. There were countless moments where I couldn't help but appreciate how the game looked. The environments are massive, the lighting is impressive, the scale of everything is huge. Whether you would be standing on top of a fortress wall or looking out across a battlefield, there was always something interesting to see. The game understands spectacle. It wants every chapter to feel like an adventure. And for me, it absolutely succeeded. I wasn't expecting this story to be one of the things I enjoyed most, but I found myself genuinely interested in what was happening. The world has its own mythology, its own conflicts, its own larger-than-life characteristics. The story isn't trying to be overly complicated. Instead, it focuses on delivering an exciting adventure that fits the tone of the game. And that's all it really needed to do. One of the highlights of the entire experience was the boss fights. The game does a great job of making these encounters feel important. They are not just stronger enemies, they're moments. The kind of encounters that stick with your memory after the credits roll. Every time a new boss appeared, it felt like the game was heading toward something bigger. And more than that, it delivered. This is probably what I'll remember most. The epic moments, the huge battles, the dramatic set pieces, the moment where the music kicks in and everything on screen feels larger than life. The Dark Ages constantly feels like it's trying to create memorable scenes. And while not every moment lands equally, there were several sequences that I know I'll remember long after finishing the game. Those are the moments why I love games. My biggest complaint is actually a compliment. I wish there had been more. Not because the game feels incomplete, not because it ends abruptly, but because I enjoyed the world so much I wasn't ready to leave it. I wanted more locations, more boss fights, more adventures in this strange blend of medieval fantasy and futuristic science fiction. When a game leaves you wanting more, that's usually a sign it did something right. Doom won't be remembered by me because it's the longest game ever played. It won't be remembered because it changed the industry. I'll remember it because it was cool. Cool locations, cool visuals, cool story, cool bosses, cool atmosphere. From beginning to end, it felt like a game that wanted to entertain me, and it succeeded. If you've been looking for a game with incredible scenery, memorable set pieces, and one of the most unique aesthetics in modern gaming, I think Doom: The Dark Ages is absolutely worth checking out. I just wish there was a little more of it. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I wish you well. Take care. See you next time. They're mowing the lawn when I'm trying to record a video. Don't they know?